Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of The Light Creature. Today we are in the green heart of Italy, the region known as Umbria, and we're going to be visiting the capital city of Umbria, which is Perugia. I'm here with Mom and Dad. It's a beautiful, sunny, windy day. Perfect day to come check out the sights. Hope you guys enjoy, and I don't know what else to say. Hopefully the rest will just be for your eyes to see. Come on, let's go. So we started from a parking lot right here, and these are the first remnants. There's a remnants of the walls of Perugia are under these new modern walls. The rest of the city expands downward. Where we're heading up these escalators in here to the old part of Perugia, the historical part. Perugia is surrounded by 8 very large walls. It was an impenetrable city at its time and still to today. I'll explain a little bit more about that later. But once we get to the interior, that's where the real beauty is. And I'll reveal to you a secret that was recently discovered about an underground city under this hilltop city. These here are remnants of the first walls made. As you can see, they're pretty ancient, made of stone, and now covered by this whole electric stairway, which makes it a lot easier to access the city as it's very high up and very steep. Here's the second layer of walls and one more escalator up, but as you can see from the back here, there's quite a few escalators that go all the way up to the top. I'm not going to show you every single wall of the city, but trust me, there's a lot of them. Here you have pictures of some of the stores that are up in Perugia. A local artist decided to take pictures of all the stores which are in Perugia and post them here along the escalator walls for people who are interested to be able to go check them out. Another wall that's showing us.
You can see the whole part here.
Yeah, this is obviously the older part of the wall. And we're still heading up. Here we are, finally at the top. You have the first view of what the old Perugia looks like. So even though we're past the walls, there's still a little more climbing to do before we get to the city center. I guess people back in the days had very strong legs, and to this day, I think the citizens that live here, for them walking uphill is not a problem.
Hello, Leo. Hello. Yes. Good boy.
I've been coming to Perugia ever since I was a kid, and that was because of the main event, which takes place here from the 15th of October to the 24th. It's usually the dates, is Euro Chocolate, where there's a huge fair of all chocolates from all sorts of parts of the world, and it's just a wave and river of people coming through here. Perugia is known for its baci, perugina. They're little kisses, they call them. Chocolates with a little love message inside, which are really delicious and known all over the world. But of course, before it was known for chocolate, Perugia was known for other things, which we'll explain to you further on. So here are the first stands of the Perugia chocolate, which is nothing like it used to be in the past years. This whole streets were just filled with stands and full of people that you can hardly move. This, I must say, is a little bit more easygoing. In these stands you can find all sorts of chocolate goodies. If chocolate's your thing, which is definitely mine. I have a great appreciation for all the world's chocolates. But before we have something sweet, I want to show you about one of my favorite spots to eat. And it's this little tiny doorway you see right here called Pizzeria Toscana, Pizza al Taglio. It's pizza that you get by the slice, but this is the oldest pizzeria in the city, and it does a 3-day fermentation on the dough, and it's really good pizza. And it's also the cheapest you can find. Not a touristic trap. As you can see, the pizzeria is made like a corridor, so it goes from one end to the other end. It's basically a hallway that goes through these enormous buildings and comes out on the other side into another alley. Tiny little place, but really, really, really good pizza.
Poi me ne fai un'altra con le zucchine. E cosa vuoi?
2 slices of pizza each and 2 medium beers for 11 euros. And really good stuff. This is the Tribunal Capitol building with the griffin on top. The griffin is the symbol of Perugia. And as the griffin, they were a ruthless people, undefeated and unconquered for many a century. I think a few popes lived out their life trying to conquer this city and never succeeded. They always had to come to some agreement, as they would barricade themselves and hide in an underground passage, which I promised to show you, which is the secret of this video. And here we have Vittorio Emanuele, the king who unified Italy together with Giuseppe Garibaldi. A curiosity about such monuments is the way the feet of the horse are placed signifies how the person died. If the horse is up with both legs raised, it means he died in battle. If only one leg is raised, it means he died of his wounds in battle. If all feet of the horse are firmly planted, it means he died of old age. So in our case, our dear King Vittorio Emanuele died from his wounds in battle. So here you can kind of see from the top where they used to make their last stand. Look at how high the walls were. Well, they put this net here, hopefully not because people were jumping, but because also sometimes trash or things fall. But it's quite a look downwards. And over here we have the compass, which indicates, of course, Rome, their main rival state, because Perugia did not agree to become a papal state. They did not want to have the jurisdiction of the Pope over their city. And another one of their rivals, of course, was Assisi, which you can see right down there, that little spot. That's the city of St. Francis. And when Assisi came to war against Perugia, he was captured and imprisoned here and experienced his first cruelty, which later shaped him as a man into the saint that he became. And now we're approaching the underground section of the city. As you can see here, it's called Rocca Paolina. So basically they were doing some work in one of the houses here and excavating, and they came across a whole section of underground tunnels of an entire hidden city which was underneath this city itself. They said that they had long forgotten it, although there is rumors that some of the old people knew about it and would actually hide themselves from the Nazis in the time of the Second World War. And this is what the underground city looked like, which apparently in the medieval times was used as a black market and a place of trade, and also a place where the people of the city would hide in times of war. Well, enjoy. On the top of the ceiling here, You can see the roots of all the plants that have grown down and reached the bottom. This place is of course now used for art demonstrations. Here's a map of the city. It's also a passageway to get to different parts of the city, which makes it a lot more easy to go underneath than go up over stairs. And of course they do market fairs here in the Christmas time. But what is most interesting is that they say that there are some passages, of course, which they have not revealed to the public, which to this day remain unknown. And what they found down here, that is probably a greater mystery still. Here is a map of the old town of Perugia on top of its hill. These rooms with their high ceilings are just something else, like the passageways of Moria in Lord of the Rings. This place is just something else. Every time I come here, I'm amazed. It's just, there are so many little nooks and crannies and passageways in this place. And to think of the ones that haven't not been discovered yet, that are still closed off, or that they haven't given access to people for. It's just so many questions. Baffles me is the size of this thing. I mean, look from here. It goes all the way up. The amount of time it took to build this. This is the foundation of the city. So they first built this, and then everything else is built on top of this. It's just boggles your mind to figure out how did they do this? And it goes deep too. Who knows how much deeper it goes? What they're not telling us. It's like a castle, just underground. After quite a bit of time exploring, we're finally heading out towards the exit. There's so many other places that you can go and look into. And here we end up outside those high walls from the viewpoint on top. And this, of course, was opened recently. It used to just be closed off. So what you see here are the high walls, which were at the top over there, looking out at the view. This whole door frame was just wall and no stairs. And so no one knew it was there until they started digging up in one of the houses up there, and eventually uncovered all of this. Although I would have been pretty suspicious having this whole arch and all those statues and not realizing that there was some sort of a doorway here. But I guess in times of war, it was necessary to conceal it. So before we head back up to the top of Perugia, down here in the underground, they have an area where they do a projection of the history of the city. And it's inside here. So after watching that projection, which is really cool because there's 4 projectors, one's projecting on the floor, one on the front wall, and then 2 on the side walls, which gives you this really amazing view with 4 different images happening at the same time. Quite psychedelic and pretty impressive to be watching that in a room which is hundreds and hundreds of years old. It's quite a feat. I think they did a really good job. The company that does it is called Daring House, the projection. But anyways, you have to come and see it for yourself. Now we're heading outside, get some ice cream, and see the rest of the town. Remember the pizzeria from before in that alley? If you come right across it, there's a place here that's just called the ice cream place, La Gelateria. Very simple, but they make very, very good ice cream. You want ice cream, Dad? Or you want maritozzo?
I like maritozzo, but it's okay, I'll go for ice cream today.
3 ice creams, €8 from the ice cream of Perugina. They don't like it. You don't like it, right? Thank you all who have been here this long watching this. I hope you are appreciating and enjoying the content and that it brought a smile to your face. If you would like to subscribe and hit the like button and leave a comment, it would really help the channel. It's a great encouragement. And maybe all of this will incentivize you to come visit Italy. But from now, 𝐿GC&x.